Hi, I'm Jo Alcorn and welcome to a tiny home. My parents bought a fifth wheel trailer and it did not look like this before. So when I entered this space, I thought, oh my God, we need to make it over. And I've had a long ride getting to this point. When it came to a fifth wheel, it was very dated. There was the old cabinets and it was just kind of dark and closed off. And I really wanted to make it very open and airy and almost feel like a tiny home, which is a big trend nowadays. So I kind of went a little outside the box and I had fun with some of the architectural details. I made sure to open up some of the walls to create the space to be even larger, which allowed more of the natural light to come in, but it also created a lot more seating and flow plan. By opening that up, I was able to get a better picture and idea of the color scheme, and I know I turned to Benjamin Moore for the perfect clean, crisp white. But I also knew I wanted to add a bit more of a color tone in there, and that's where I had fun with just a little bit of this greeny gray color on the base cabinets in the kitchen and also on the brand new wardrobe in the back. I saw a small Dimplex fireplace that would fit perfectly in an existing cabinet. So this insert just fit in perfectly and all I had to do was plug it in. The ambiance from it is amazing, but it also helps with heat. From there, I made sure that I had to shop for new faucets at Delta, and I knew adding in those little black crisp lines were really going to kind of pop up and elevate it to a little bit of a retro look. Then I had fun at the Good Tile, where they have gorgeous tiles and different patterns just on a little vinyl piece. So it was easy to install and it's very light. The other thing that you really have to keep in mind when working on a tiny home is the weight that goes into everything. So I turned to new flooring, which actually has an engineered hardwood, and it expands quite nicely with the weather, but the weight of it was still very flexible. The other thing was the color. It really had this Scandinavian light color. The wide plank really brought in that homey look. From there, I went into the bathroom, and the bathroom before is quite tiny. There's not a lot going on. And I thought, well, that was kind of boring, and I really wanted to amp it up. So I wallpapered it with this beautiful crane wallpaper, and I used the same tile on the backsplash in the floor. I also kind of splurged a little on the Delta faucet where it had the wand and the long black bar to really amp up the game and make it look stunning and inviting. When you walk into the master now, everything is painted out in the white. We have our beautiful mattress from Sealy. Their cocoon mattress comes right out of the box, so it was very easy to bring in here, and the foam just kind of filled into place right on the spot. Adding the bedding and some lighting just cozied up that entire area, and it really feels like a tiny home, master bedroom now, where before it just kind of felt like a hole in the wall. We also added Metri doors, so I really brought in true interior doors with a little bit of detail, added the black hardware, so again, you felt like you were kind of in a small condo. I added architectural beams to the actual living space for Metri as well. This architectural detail was kind of not something that people would expect, but it really made you feel like you were kind of in a little small chalet or a small cabin by adding those little extra details. So looking for a sleeper sofa, I was really limited, and that's when I thought I'm going to think way outside the box and bring in one large sofa. Lots of people can hang out. It also is an extra place for someone to sleep, and it's very comfy for even your morning coffee. When working on a fifth wheel trailer or a tiny home, you really are limited to when it comes to appliances. So I had to use the existing appliances, and I left the countertops and the cabinets intact. I painted them out, and when it came to the countertop, I added just contact paper. So you really want to make sure that you can find budget-friendly solutions when you are doing a makeover on a small space. At the end of the day, I am very happy with how this turned out. It's been a huge transformation. It really feels very homey and inviting, and I know my parents are going to enjoy it, and if they don't, I know I will.